best way for a student to eat in France is going to the university canteen. With a discount I'm going to talk about later. It's even cheaper than going to the grocery store, buying products and cook yourself. Plus, it saves you really much time. In this video, I will show you what I've been eating during 3 days at the university canteen, how much I paid, and how tasty it actually was. I went to the canteen during work days because on weekends they have these weird working hours, this Sunday thing. Every day, the day special was different. Usually 2 or 3 dishes were new, and some of the dishes, they were there all the time, like burgers, pizzas, but every day they were different too. For example, American burger, and stuff like that. Let's get to our first day. On the first day, I had some pasta, cordon bleu, tomato sauce, cabbage salad, and berries pie. It was actually a really nice meal. I paid €1.60 for that. €1.60. Pasta was nothing special, it was just boiled pasta. Tomato sauce didn't actually save it, but cordon bleu was amazing, and with that tomato sauce, it was just awesome. It worked really well. To talk about cabbage salad, it was cabbage, carrot, and I couldn't figure out the sauce actually. Maybe it was mayo with sour cream together. It was also very great, and it was more like a snack to me after that meal. So because I couldn't eat it all together, because it just this food makes you full, really fast. And then I had the pie, which was also super delicious. It seemed to me that it was like a tart, and the filling of the tart was this cream with the flour and berries, because for me it tasted something like curds. In the country where I come from, curds are super popular, and if I'm not mistaken, it even comes from Russia or maybe other Eastern European countries too. But in France it's impossible to find curds, so I assume it was like something cream with flour, like a mixture of it. So 5 out of 5. Super good. Let's go to the second day. I couldn't leave you without junk food because I myself love junk food. I always cook burgers at home so that they are less junk. That day there was the only burger. It was Italian pasta burger, some French fries, and the same cabbage salad, because actually I came to that canteen pretty late. And if you have a chance, come earlier, because when the food just stays there longer, it becomes wet and soft, especially if you have like brioche and burger and stuff, so it just makes it worse. So if you have an opportunity to come earlier, well, I didn't have an opportunity to come early on that day, so I was just like enjoying my wet burger which sucked. It tasted fine, but I am not a fan of that combination of like chicken breast and pesto. If you like it, I think you would love this burger. If you don't, then just don't try it and take something else. French fries are fine, but I cannot even say anything good about them and anything bad. They're just okay because they are not salty, and you should have a sauce prepared if you want to eat them, like if you want to make them tasty. Cabbage salad is good as always. So for that meal, I would say it's like 3 out of 5. Yeah. About French fries, it was just a usual day. I was going to the canteen, I was taking the burger, French fries, and I was leaving that counter where you get your food, and I dropped my French fries. On that day, I wanted French fries so badly, and I was like so pissed at myself that I just dropped it. I was just getting it all together from the floor, and the and the woman who was standing behind the counter, she came to me saying like, oh, it happens every day, don't worry. She gave me a new pack of French fries, and she helped me to get all the fries from the floor, and she threw it away. I just love French people for their politeness, for their friendliness and openness. Well, obviously not all of them are like this, but it was really pure joy to go to the canteen and see such people who are really worried about you, because when you move to a country and you don't have any relatives or friends there, such people's kindness is something that just keeps you sane, so it was really great. Let's get to our final day. So on this day I decided to stay at the canteen to eat, and since the city where I've studied, it's Cannes, it's in Normandy, it's full of hills, and our university was on the highest hill, and you could actually see the whole city, and the view from our canteen is just magical. It was a pure joy to sit and eat there. On that day I decided to take some fish, creamy sauce, and rice. This dish was fine. I think it was 4 out of 5. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something magical or anything. I didn't take any salad or dessert. just decided to have fish and rice. And this time rice was good, but before I was going to the Norman coast, like on the short trip, and I also took this lunch from the university canteen to have it later. And I was sitting on the bench near this sea, and I was like, oh my god, I have this lunch and I eat it now. And I opened this lunch and I put this rice into my mouth. I was like, oh my god, that's the worst rice I've ever had, because I don't know why, but they put their resin and it was so bad. And then afterwards, when I tried to take some rice from the canteen, I always check whether there were some resins or anything, because with resins is disgusting. But I think that some people might like it. If you can imagine eating it, try it. If you can, then just don't avoid it. So let's talk about that discount. Usually like if you go to this canteen, you can pay by bank card. If you pay by bank card, then the price for your meal will be around like $3.60. You will have your main course, dessert, salad, maybe like bread. If you want to have that discount, well, first you have to study very well, or maybe you have to come from a family with many children, or with like poor family, something like this. I studied in France during the COVID, and the university gave that discount to everybody. So for any kind of students who use the student card to pay for their meal, they paid only €1. But again, if you buy more, then that meal you have to pay more. It's important to pay by your student card, because if you pay by your bank card, even if everyone has the discount, you will not get that discount. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, so I should say that food in the French university canteen, it was great. It was nutritious. It was like with wide variety, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Would you eat this food? Or maybe if you studied at university, tell me if you go to your local university canteen, and tell me how much you pay for your lunch. Yep. If you want to know more about French studies, make sure to subscribe and check out my videos. See you in another video. Bye bye.